Hi, my name is Josh Hilgenkamp, and we're back with another Tip Tuesday. This Tuesday, we're talking about bonds. So grab your favorite energy drink or a cup of coffee, and we'll get through this. What is a bond? Okay, a bond is a loan given by an investor to a corporation, and in return, that corporation is going to pay them a series of interest payments and then return the principal at the end. Okay, so think of yourself like a bank rather than the borrower. So if I want to buy an Apple bond, they issue them in increments. I'm going to say for this example, $10,000. Okay, you as the investor give them $10,000. Then over the course of the term, let's say in this case it'd be 10 years, they're going to pay you 5% coupon payments each year. In this case, that'd be $500. So once a year, you'll get a $500 payment, or maybe it's semi-annually, whatever the terms are. And then at the end of 10 years, the company will repay you your $10,000. A couple things to be cautious of when you are lending money to people. You want to make sure that that corporation, whether it's a government or Apple, is able to make those coupon payments or interest payments. You also want to make sure that they're able to pay you your principal back at the end of the day. One advantage that a bondholder has over a stockholder is that if the company liquidates, if Apple goes broke, they sell off everything, and then if there's any money left at the end of the day, the bondholder will take senior priority and claim to a stockholder. Okay, so seems pretty simple so far. Well, take another sip of coffee, all right? Because there's another component to bonds. If you own the individual bond, it's pretty simple. It is what I said before. Okay, if you own it in a bond fund or want to get rid of that bond before the 10 years is up, now we need to pay attention to interest rates. Interest rate is probably the biggest driver of the bond, along with the credit quality of the company. So this is a chart, I don't know if you can see it, but since 1980 on out to 2020, doesn't take a rocket scientist to understand that that chart is heading in a downward direction, okay? Well, interest rates and bonds have an inverse or opposite relationship. In other words, if interest rates go down, the price of your bond, that $10,000, will go up and be more desirable. Okay, or if rates go up, the price of the bond will go down, meaning that that is less desirable. All right, so here is why the price of your bond will go down when interest rates rise. So if I own my 10-year bond, right, let's say I bought that last year and now I've got 9 years left on it. Well, in the meantime, Jerome Powell, the Fed chair, has raised rates several times, and now maybe Apple is issuing 5-year bonds that pay 7%, okay? Well, that's 4 years less, right? 5 years versus the 9 years that I have left on my bond, and at 7%, that's 2% more than the 5% I'm getting. So if I want to sell my Apple bond prior to the 9 years maturing, right, I'm going to have to take a severe discount on that. And so the longer the term the bond, if that was a 20-year bond, I'd really have to take a discount. So the tip is this: own bonds if you can in a declining or flat interest rate environment. And if you can't, if you're owning bonds now when rates are rising, I would keep those bonds to a pretty short-term time frame rather than a long-term time frame, because those bonds will get affected less than the long-term ones. Thanks.